You are tuned in to What Up Baltimore online radio. Please note that the views and opinions expressed on this channel are of the host and not of Lady J Media. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, What Up Baltimore TV. And if you really don't want to miss any of the shows, hit that notification bell and you'll get a message every time we come on. Now, we got it from here, so sit back, relax, and stay tuned.
I know you do. I know you do, because that's what I do. I give you that kind of love that makes you come back. I'm your pusher, baby. I'm your pusher.
Hey, little black boy, let me holler at you for a minute. I was once in your place, you should respect what I say. Some of the things I'm about to tell you just may save your life in a world where not much is right. Little black boy, you're gonna see and experience all sorts of things, but don't let your mind be locked in the chains. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Spitfire Poetry Shutdown. I am your host, John Hansboro. It is March 29th, 2023. We are ending off Women's History Month. No other way for me to end off this month on my podcast than to have my sister, author Poetless Shakespeare, on today. This is going to be a fun podcast. This is going to be a fun episode. We always cut up when I get around her, and she really inspires me. I have to let her know about some things that she's done for me over the last couple of years that I haven't even shared with her. So without further ado, this is brought to you by Butterfly Entertainment. Go to YouTube and download and subscribe the What Up Baltimore TV page so you can catch all of our shows throughout the week. All right. Everyone, I want to introduce to you our author, Poetless Shakespeare. How you doing tonight, sis? I think you muted.
Can you hear me?
I got you. How you doing?
I am awesome. How is everyone out there in the wonderful land of reality world, I should say? I'll come and visit for a moment before I go back into my world. Hello. I'm here. Okay.
So look, tell the people a little bit about you before we get started. Your resume and the amount of hats that you wear are like incredible. I remember when I first met you at we was at the studio at a guy named Donnie Durango at his studio at his place. And I remember meeting you there. You was telling me about, you had already had a book out. You was telling me about the do's and don'ts about that, because I was new to poetry and writing my book and everything. You gave me so much knowledge, and like you know how we hold stuff sometimes and don't want to share things with people. It was like you was an open book. You know what I mean? You was an open book, and you were so helpful with the start of what I was doing in my poetry venture. So I appreciate you for that. But tell people a little bit about yourself.
So I am a writer, author, actress. What else am I? I'm everything, but my main thing is just right. I'm a poet, all that good stuff. I guess you could say, me and my imagination been the best of friends since I don't know how long. So however I feel, that's what I write. And I tell everybody, whatever I write is my truth. So if I write something in a poem, yes, it happened. Because I can't talk for the people if I can't talk to the people. So that's how I am. So I've been like that ever since I started. And far as me expanding myself, it's really, really easy when I have people like you to back me up. It is so easy for me to just want to help everybody in my world. You get what I'm saying? So when you came along, I just got through all of my little trials and tribulations with it. So, and I made a promise: if ever I come across path with somebody who is good ready to head in that same direction, I'm going to stop them before they even reach to that point. And it was so crazy because when
Right.
Donnie had called, he said, "We got to meet." Because the first time he was trying to get us to meet, I don't know what happened on our end, but I guess it wasn't God's time at that moment. So when we did meet, and when you was touching, oh no, he ready to go about it the whole room. We ain't even about to do this. I said, I hope you don't think I'm overstepping my boundaries, but I gotta let this brother know. I gotta help him out. So, and it was so helpful because then that's when you started with Spitfire. And when you extended the invitation to me, it was like that's where our the fan bands started happening. So when
Yep.
you was like, "Well, I got
Yep.
Spitfire," I said, "Oh, I'm on board, no matter what it is." And it's been like that since day one. When you say, "Sis, I got you, bro. What you need?" And it's always been like vice versa.
Right.
So that's how
Right.
I built my family, and I love it. And I can't wait
So
till we
you
go
are.
back to the open mic.
Yes, yes, yes. We definitely going to do that. I'm talking with Glory Days right now, so I can get back there because I really like that space. I want to do
Me
that
too.
in the summertime. You know what I mean? It was
Mm-hmm.
really nice out there
Mm-hmm.
in the evening and all of that with the lights and
Yes.
stuff. Um, so you have a number. How many books do you have published? Because I can't even keep up. You have a number of projects. How many books do you have published right now?
So I have DNA 1. DNA 2 is going through the final stages of being published. Then book 3 called Cupid Understood the Assignment. You're going to love that one, bro. And I need to talk to you about that one because I need your help with Cupid. So right now it's a
Cupid
total of
understood
3.
the assignment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So without giving too much away, so pretty much everybody blames Cupid for love. And by you being married, you understand the temptations out there. You've been
Oh,
through everything as a married man. You get what I'm saying?
that's
But
right.
at the end of
That's
the
right.
day, you had to realize as a man, if I want this woman, I have to change. So why? And I can't expect for her to change without me being the man that she needs me to be. That's why she's not the woman that I need for her to be.
Mm.
So Cupid is helping everybody else, but he's so hell built on this thing called pride. Oh, she ain't talking to me, then forget ain't nobody gonna have love. And that's what he's dealing with until he's in a situation where he needs her. And he have to go back. But you have to humble yourself in order for you to go back to that hand that you bit. So he's learning to do that. But you're gonna love the book. You're gonna love the book.
Gotcha, gotcha. Wow. All right, so look, let's just get right into it. You one thing I love about you, Arthur Poe. I mean, you have your own style. Like you truly have your own style.
Mm-hmm.
Um, one of the things that struck me about you when I first met you is your confidence, though. Like that really hit me. Um, I say it all the time when I met. Like I remember you introducing me to Danielle Butler. Shout out to Danielle and Avery
Mm-hmm.
on the
Mm-hmm.
show that she does. The what does she call it? I can't even remember, but it's a bunch of different scenes and skits that she
Mm-hmm.
puts together
Mm-hmm.
in this show, right?
I know exactly what you're
Um,
talking about.
I remember you going in to audition with them to like give them the material or whatever, and I was out
Mm-hmm.
listening to you, and I was just like, damn, like you blew me away. And then you're right. When I started my open mic,
Mm-hmm.
some of the people that were in the play that we were in together was
Yep.
was was gracious enough to be there to help me with that. And
Exactly.
we've been rocking ever since. Now, with poetry, how did you start, and like what does it mean to you before we even get started? How did you start poetry, and what does it mean to you?
When I was in, I want to say the fifth grade, that's when I was introduced to it. But I was writing forever, even when I was in pre-K kindergarten. But it didn't hit me. We had to do an assignment on, what was it? What does spring means to you? And me, I was like, okay, I don't feel like doing it because if I'm good at something, it's not a challenge, so I'm not going to put forth my best effort. So I had wrote the poem, and the teacher looked at me and she says, "Write it over." I'm like, I ain't writing nothing over. In my mind, I'm like, I ain't writing nothing over. Did it again. Everybody made a big deal about it. I'm only 10. I'm like, okay, I wrote a poem. Get over it. It didn't hit me till I got to middle school. And I used to get in fights because by me being so little, people used to try to bully me. And I ain't about that bully life. Like, I'm not. So I would fight. Like, I'm like, you're not just going to, take over my space. So the
Right.
principal, Dr. Bunley, he said, Ms. Jones, you got two things. You can either get put out of school or you could be in this open mic. I have a black mother. I don't know about everybody else, but let me go home and tell my mother I got suspended from school. She got to take off from work to get me. So I had did Phenomenal Woman, and that's when it hit me. I'm like, oh, when I talk, people listen. Oh, okay. I don't always have to fight. I can talk. So I started writing, and people like, oh, you got something to say. So that's what I started doing, and it works.
I didn't know. So I didn't know that a principal. You said that was the principal that said something to you about
Mhm.
the open mic. They were doing it at
Mhm.
your school.
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
This was right after when we had
Wow.
did the spelling bee, and we were just trying to,
Uh,
just try to do new things at the school. So the open mic came up, and I'm like, I'm not doing it, but it was either get suspended or do the open mic. So I'm like, I ain't getting suspended, so I did the open mic, and from there it was like I dare anybody to say I can't do something. So that's why I started the no mic zone. Like I don't use
I
no mic
love it.
because
I
I
love it.
want you to hear me. So whenever somebody,
Right.
and you know how you seen me before, I don't use no mic.
Right.
Because you're going to respect me enough, like I respect you, to listen to what I got to say, and that's where it came from. No, Mike.
I love the fact that your principal kind of sparked that in you and put that out there. I had um it wasn't last year, it was the year before last. I had Black Chakra on here, and he was
Mhm.
saying that one of his
Mhm.
teachers told him about Nas, right? Told him
Mhm.
to go home and listen to one of Nas albums and write down the words that you don't understand or something of that nature.
Yep.
And it developed him with the ridiculous skill that he got, because
Yeah.
we all
Oh
know
my
how good he is.
gosh. What?
You know what I'm saying? And I love when
Jesus.
when teachers and like people of some type of authority can influence children in that way. I think it's incredible because that's a start for them for something. It gives them a key in the back. Some of them just need a little push in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? So I think
Mhm.
that shout out to your principal for that. So look, whenever you're ready,
Definitely.
sis, let's get into some poetry. I know people want to hear what you guys say. I know I do. I'm definitely one of your fans. So whenever you're ready, let's go right on ahead and get in it.
Oh my God, there she goes again. Like, didn't yesterday she had black hair? Yo, mom, what's up? I know you see me calling you. Why can't I just be alone? Oh my gosh, like, what doctor did she go to? Because her butt is just like ridiculous. Yo, I know you're going to have about 4 or 5 of my kids. Because the only thing I have to do is just tell you you're not loyal. Make sure your image is less what you think it's supposed to be. Oh my gosh, like, how can she just flip out on me? Like, call the police. Ma, you better trip. See, that's what's wrong. That's why I can't deal with you women. Females. Let me explain something to you, please. Just because I'm black, that don't mean I have to walk around like I'm because I know I am. Let me first tell you that my mashed potatoes and gravy and sweet things and my mother's collard greens has got my butt this big. No doctor can ever lift this. Let me get this together. Sir, please let me address you, my king. Just because I am black and I'm polite, that don't mean I want you to hop all in my inbox. No, sir, this pocketbook is not the Pandora box for your opening. I will not submit to you just because you think I'm a pretty face and a fat ass. Please calm your nerves and your hormones down. Let me catch my buzz. Oh my gosh, I told you these black. Please, sis, again, don't make me act out of character. I'm trying to hold myself in. But see, you're taking me there. Just because I'm black and I'm a woman, that does not mean I have to showcase it because my color brightens the room by itself. I do not need a man with no image of self-fashion to tell me that I'm pretty. I know this because I have a mirror. I don't need a white woman to define my pretty because every one of y'all want to look like us. Please define my lips. This is not Botox. I lift my lips because of my words. My hair is sometimes tangled. My hair, let me tell you, my hair has ADHD and it's bipolar. 1 minute it might be short, 1 minute it might be long, but guarantee you, sis, it's all true and it's natural. How about you, sis? Sir, when's the last time your mother hugged you? Or do you even have a mother? I know the image of this female is what you hate, but let me be the first woman to say, King, I love you. Please stop degrading me because I would never do that to you. Let me guess. Our ancestors have been slaves so long to feel like we are neglecting the ones that we love. Don't you know that without you, I cannot survive? Without me, you cannot survive. Without her, I cannot be a true black woman because, see, this sister's in my ear telling me that I have to lighten my skin just to be recognized and accepted. And you're telling me that if my lips is not big enough, my hips is not wide enough, that you will not love me enough. Why can't I just be a black woman that somebody just wants to love and accept? Why do I have to get cosmic surgery just for God to say you are it? God made me this way, so when will my Adam come and rescue me? Because every Eve needs one. When will my help come in? Because I have helped every king to see their true potential. Sometimes I even built his crown just so he have it on his head. Sis, I have went through so many tricks of not being pretty enough because my shade is not light enough or I'm too dark to be accepted. I do not need another woman to criticize my skin. I cannot bleach it. I'm sorry. When I wake up, I will not be any lighter. God damn it, the sun just loves me. Accept it. Why does being a black woman have to be so chaotic? Why can't I just love me? God, why did you make me black? Black is supposed to be the most beautiful color in the crayon box, right? Why are we the most hated? And by me being a female, I still get regarded. I just want to be loved as a black woman. Just be accepted as a black woman. No camouflage. These are my true emotions. I would love you as I am if you will only accept me as I am because that's all I can be. A black woman in peace.
All right, I love it. I love it. First of all, now was that because I know you do freestyle stuff. So was that
Yeah,
a
that was a
freestyle or
freestyle.
did you write that?
No,
That
that
was
was
a
a freestyle. The
freestyle.
next one I wrote. The reason why I wrote that one because I had so many conversations with my sisters, white, black, it doesn't matter. And it's like when it comes down to black women, it's like we're good enough if we're a certain shade. With white women, it doesn't matter. It does not matter at
Wow.
all. But because I'm a black
Mhm.
woman, with a black man, I have to be this sex toy. You know, I have to be this, I have to be that. I have to be a Nicki Minaj lookalike or a Cardi B built. You know, in order for him to accept me, for him to love me, or just for him to want to even open up the door of how I look. And it's sad because a lot of black men do females like that. And I've noticed, like, if he will hold a conversation if he think you're pretty enough. It doesn't mean have nothing to do with the conversation, but if you're pretty, he wants you in his attention. If he don't think you're pretty, he's not going to talk to you.
Mhm.
And then it got me thinking, how can a man with no creativity of self-images tell me what I'm supposed to look like when he's not in the creation of what an image supposed to be of beauty? God created me, so why am I worried about what a mother's son said to how I'm supposed to look? And that's what we get so caught on
Mhm.
as black. White women really don't do that because they are fine. And the reason why I can say this because I have plenty of white best friends that are females, and we talk about this all the time. And it's crazy, like by me being a black woman, just accept me, just love me. I don't want anything. I don't have an attitude. I'm not angry. I know how to submit, and
Mhm.
I'm black. But because of that, I'm not supposed to. The first thing, all right, she want to argue. No, King. If we get in an argument, I want to hug you. That's how I am. I don't want to fuss. I hate yelling. But
Mhm.
I have to make that clear, like, okay, in order for you to love me, right, I have to be angry, bitter, and no, I don't want to do all that. Mm-mm,
How
mm-mm.
much? How much of this social media affects what's going on in that content with our culture? Do you think like how much? Because with I definitely get what you're saying. You know what I mean, and it is crazy. Um, it's like a cutout of
It
what
is.
is accepted. So
It
I
is.
definitely get where you're going with it. But what
Mm-hmm.
has like how did we get to this though? You think like what you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't
I'm
always like this.
always like
How do
this.
you think we got here?
I'm thinking because of how videos and everything was playing. Now, for me, this is I'm an '80s baby, so this is what I'm thinking. So don't quote me on anything else. This is what I'm thinking. I'm
Mhm.
thinking when Disney first coming out, like the little shows they used, like Clarissa Explains It All, stuff like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
Raven, That's So Raven. And if you pay
Mhm.
attention
Mhm.
to the girls, the
Mhm.
prettiest ones is always up front.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that are less pretty, even as children, pay attention, even as children.
Right.
Then when you get to the teenagers, and matter of fact, my daughter pointed this out to me. This was couple of years ago, because she's 16 now. She said, "Mom, why is it that such and such is always in a relationship or like boys, but none of the other girls have any boy interest?" And I didn't know what she was talking about, so I actually watched it. And I've
Mm-hmm.
noticed that all the ones who they think are super pretty, the boys like them, and they always make another female feel less attractive because they're always the best friend who's not that pretty. And they
Mm-hmm.
always make the other one feel. And I was like, I think that's where it comes from. Like if you're not a size 2, or if you're not this, if you're not that, then it's this. But I think it really has to do with what's behind the camera. Once that camera started really coming, if you don't look this good or you don't look that good, we're not going to accept you. But
Mm-hmm.
social media, yes. Matter of fact, I'm in a group right now of women where that's all they do. Oh my gosh, my butt lift didn't go right. Oh my goodness, I gotta get this. Like, sis, you saved up $1,200 to get your butt lift, where you can eat some mashed potatoes and some macaroni and do some butt lift. I'm just saying, a little pork chop here and there, a little fried chicken,
Candy
But
yams, I hear you.
yeah, but social media today really has affected these young girls, because the first thing they see is Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. And they, oh my gosh, she look hot. I gotta get a body like this. Well, I want men to look at me like this. So yeah, I really feel like social media plays a part in it, a big part.
It
That's just my
definitely
take
does.
on
I
it.
feel that way too. You know what I mean? And I got two daughters, 13, and well, my oldest will be 14 in May, and I have an 11-year
Mm,
old too. And I constantly try to the way I look at it, they're gonna see and hear all types of things. I can't cover them from everything.
mm,
You know what I mean?
mm.
But I can talk to them and communicate with them and see where their head is on
It is.
certain things. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yep.
because they ask questions, especially my youngest, they definitely ask a
Mm-hmm.
lot of questions. My oldest, when they get to be young teenagers, they don't really ask that many questions because now they know everything. You don't know anything. You're an idiot. They
Exactly.
know it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I just try to keep that door open and just communicate with them. You know what I mean? Definitely,
I
definitely.
have a 16-year-old.
Mhm.
I said I have a 16-year-old, so I definitely know. And she asks every question there is in the book. I'm like, I'm not ready for this.
Right.
And then I look at my mother. My mother said, that's you. Here we go.
So with this being Women's Month too, sis, this is the last week of it. What does it mean to you to be a black woman? Like, what does that mean to you deep down inside to be a black mother, a black woman in this time right now? What does that feel to you? Like, what does that feel like? What does it
It
mean
makes
to you?
me. I feel like I'm untouchable. When March come, I'm
Mm,
untouchable. Can't nobody
mm,
touch me. I could do any and everything. Like I told myself, I like all the villains. So when this month, call me Harley. That's who I am. Because I'm going to beat everybody up who tell me I can't do nothing. I got my afro popping. I got my fist raised. You can't tell me nothing, because this is the month, besides Black History Month, but this is the first month that I can say, y'all going to hear what I got to say. I have rights too. And
right.
without our rights and our month, what can y'all do? Y'all can't do nothing. It's like, okay, guys are the head, but we're the neck. Y'all can't do nothing
Mm,
without a neck. You're just going
mm,
to sit there. So what
mm,
this month means, oh yeah, y'all going to submit to us for once. Y'all going to respect us, and y'all going to enjoy it. Point blank, period. So that's how I feel. I feel like a real tough girl come March. Can't tell me nothing. So I walk around like I'm 8'5", walking around.
Oh God. Whenever you're ready, sis, let's get into something else. Let's get into something else.
As she sit there, I can smell the riot on her breath. I can smell the outhouse that she will have to sneak out at night just to use it before anyone comes and find her. With her sitting in that chair, I can smell the stories of her abandoned childhood because her mother had to go in the field and she had to sit there with her sisters and man the house. As she sit there, I can see the tears in her eyes, but she dared not let them fall, because see, if she let them fall, then we would see that she is scarred. The one thing about my great grandmother, you would never ever know her pain. She never even went to the doctor, so that says a lot about her strength. Y'all don't realize that my grandmother is slowly dying from a disease that I do not want to say, but is causing me to see another side of her. My grandmother sits there and she looks at me and she said, "Come here. You know, love only takes 4 times to get into and 5 ways to get out." I'm not understanding what she means, but I see you have to crawl in love on your hands and knees in order to come out as a warrior. You see, my grandmother, she sits
Mm.
there in that chair, and I don't care how many times she tell a story, I will listen to it as if it's the first. I see it all transformed in her eyes because sometimes her eye becomes the lens, and I see the film as she had to hide. I see the dogs attacking her because through that time, women could not be seen, they could not be heard. My grandmother sits there and she slowly dies because I know cancer has a hold of her body, but not her mind. I sit there and I asked her for one more story, and she said she had to close her eyes because she is tired. But I just want that last breath for her to tell me that I'm going to be all right. As she slowly takes her last breath, I tell her she can't go because I am not a woman yet. I am not equipped to deal with the stress of being a woman. I cannot hold my head up and be strong enough because you see, without my great grandmother, there's no tree to hide under. There's no grandma arms to hold you. There's no grandma prayers. There's no grandma tears. There's just grandma memories. And sometimes the memory is not going to get you through your darkest days when your womanhood is being tested by everything that you go through. But sometimes my grandmother's chair is still warm, so I sit there as if I'm sitting on her lap, and she holds me with
Mm.
every content of love that she can have. And I sit there with her broken English. She sits there and she tells me that don't no matter what, no matter how crooked your eyes are, and no matter times how you miscross your T's, let them know that you did it with dignity and pride, and you hold your head up for every mistake that you made because they are life lessons to your strength. My great grandmother sits there in that chair, and even though it's just a glimpse in the image of her, I sometimes fall asleep in that chair with her. She will hold me tight, and I would open my eyes and she would sit there and say, "See, I told you everything would be all right." My grandmother's slowly dying, and cancer just don't understand what they are taking from me right now because you see, she is my legacy. She is the reason why I'm the woman that I plan on being. But sometimes it's just so hard because my grandmother's dying and she's causing me so much pain. But see, cancer has her. And like I said, they had her body, not her mind, because everything that she told that she instilled in me, I'm still learning. Sometimes I just want my grandmother to say, "You got this," and sit in that chair. When I walk through the door, she said, "Your curse is waiting for you." But the only thing I have is the smell of that riot on her breath, and I know that I have to be the next victim to get out of it. My grandmother's slowly dying, but she sits in that chair and she tells me that this illness is not going to separate us. It's only going to make us stronger. My
Mm.
grandmother's slowly dying today. The only thing I can do is hold on to her memories in peace.
Damn, man. Okay. Yes, how you
Now
feel?
that's the
I'm
one
just
that
gonna
I
have
wrote.
you ready to cry on my own damn show. Damn.
I
Shit.
wrote that one the year after my great grandmother passed away, and that was so hard for me to do. Like so hard to do. Like you just
Shout
don't
out to
understand.
shout out to Libya. Shout out
That's EXO.
to
Hey EXO.
yeah, shout out to EXO. Damn,
Ooh, hold on,
damn,
I need a
damn.
moment. Ooh, hold up.
Mm. That was really good right there. I mean, both my grandmothers are no longer here, and they both meant a lot to me and my brother. We cherished our grandmothers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, I can remember my grandmother sitting in that chair and she would have her
Mm-hmm.
slides on, what we call
Mm-hmm.
slides now, or whatever.
In the house
But
coat. In the house coat.
right, right. And be wiggling that, watching the stories, just wiggling that foot the
Yes.
whole
Wheel of
time.
Fortune.
Like, I love it. You really took me back there with that one. That piece is really, really. That's the first time I ever heard that from you too.
That's the first time I
Is that?
really actually shit. I wrote that. That's something that I wrote. I'm surprised I still remembered it. I wrote that a couple of years ago, right? Yeah, the year after my great grandmother passed away. Because my great grandma, when I tell you, she was a little bit taller than me, but she was spicy. And whenever I would go up to my aunt house, she would sit in her favorite chair. She'd be like, "Trish, close the door. Come here, come here." I'm like, "Yes, great grandma." "Who's with you?" "Nobody." "You lock the door?" "Yes, ma'am." She'd get up, unlock it, relock it, come back. "You by yourself?" "Yes, ma'am." "Where your money at?" "In my pocket." "Put it down here. Put it down in the safe place." "Yes, ma'am." But she would tell the story. It was one story that she said about the lady who cut her hair. The lady didn't really cut her hair, but she thought the lady did. And I love hearing that. So she said, I said, Grandma, what you do? I got up and I bopped her. She cut my hair, and I said, what you do? I bopped and I left. I said, you ain't pay for what? But every time she tell that story, I just used to make her tell that story. She's like, did you hear that story last week? No. I think you lying. No, I'm not. Tell it again. But it's just stuff like that. I just wish I could have one more day. I say, Grandma, tell me that story again. Just one more time. So I wrote
You know,
that.
I feel like I feel like you feed off of that though, like your history, your family,
Mm-hmm.
your family history and things like that. Because I've heard you speak about that many times since I've known you, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Mm-hmm.
you dig and get strength from there. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Um, Damn, I love it. That was. Did you have a title for that poem that you just did?
My grandmother is. That's all I could title it because I was going through so much that that's all I left it as. My grandmother is. So, and it
Mhm.
works. I'm gonna leave it just like that.
I
Just
love it.
like
I
that.
love it. I love it. That was dope right there, definitely. Yeah, whenever you're ready, I want to hear so much. Whenever you're ready, whatever else you got, let's just go right on in.
Oh, I got something else. I can't remember the day when you looked at me and you said you loved me. We both laughed. Not sure why, but you knew why. Looking in your eyes, I kind of seen me, and I guess that's why I hated myself. Yet, let me apologize. I hated you. We are so much alike. Attitude, eyes, our twisted ways, even my stubbornness I got from you. And yet you still couldn't accept me until I was grown enough. I guess you was running from yourself and you seen so much of me that you couldn't handle me not being with you. So you had to be with you in order to get away from me, but yet you come right back to be with me. Hmm. That's not making sense, but I guess I'll take this ride with you because after all, you all the other half of giving me life. So, Pops, let's talk.
Hmm.
I'm not sure what the L word means, but I'm sure you want to tell me what it is. I don't have time for the sex talk because I already had a child. I think relationship wise, you didn't taught me a lot. I think losing a man, you have taught me a lot. Heartbreak, you taught me a lot. What is that to talk about, Pop? Okay, I'm gonna give you your 15 minutes of fame. I promise I won't disrespect you in any way, shape, or form. I'm only gonna listen, but if you dare make any excuse, see, that's what I'm talking about. You're cutting me off. Damn, it's like I'm looking in the mirror because I do the same thing you do. We just can't get along, can we? Okay, I promise I'm gonna be quiet this time. But you know you're wrong, right? I know. Respect my elders. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so because of your insecurities, you're gonna put that on me. I'm the biggest insecurity you have, me, of all people. I guess you just drop your insecurities and you just move away from them. But what happens when your insecurities become your biggest burden? Is that when you come back and you pick it up? All right, I'm gonna stop being sarcastic. What's up, Pops? Thank you for coming back. Gosh, let me tell you. Yeah, it's really dope. You know, like I had a kid. Yes, please come into my life. No, dude, we ain't about to do all that. We got about 2 more seconds before I hang this phone up. Damn, God, if I had one more day just to talk to him, maybe I wouldn't have hung up on him. Maybe I really would have called him back and said I love you, but damn, it's too late now because the only thing I have to do now is go to a grave. Maybe I should have asked the question, did you really love me? See what happens when you're so damn stubborn, you get in your own way sometimes. You had the perfect opportunity to ask the questions and yet God answered your prayers. And what did? You just slapped them in the face. Sometimes you are in love with your conscience, aren't you? Hmm. So now you're still lost without questions of who you are, who you're supposed to be, because you messed that up again. Sometimes a father love is from a grave site. Maybe he can love you from a distance, because right now I do feel
Damn.
his love, but I still don't understand his answers. I'm still not understanding his motives because I'm doing the same thing he's doing. I got it. Maybe, just maybe, if I knock down my wall and go back and think about the conversation, maybe all of my questions has been answered. I mean, after all, he did come back, right? I mean, is that what a parent's love to do? Supposed to do? They said if something loves you, it comes back. He did love me. He came back, right? So there you go. Thanks God, you the man. And he actually listened, and he did answer 2 questions. Checkpoint, checkpoint. Huh. All this time I'm wondering about who I am, and the whole time I am me. I didn't need him to tell me who I was because I created my own little me, and I'm pretty dope. With a little sprinkle of him, of course. I'm not gonna lie, but huh, maybe your father's love and his absence is meant for you to be stronger because I think I'm pretty dope. I mean, after all, I'm not stripping on his pole. I'm not an addict. I don't have a whole bunch of kids, so maybe he did do his job from a distance. Shout out to you, Dave, from heavens above. You really raised me well in your absence. So maybe I can stop saying you was an absence father, and maybe I can say you were just a look over dad. That's what I'm gonna call you from now on. Thanks for the look over, Dad. You're dope. In peace.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Shout out to Miss Annette. Thank you for watching. Also, shout out to Fred, all the way watching from Albania. That's off the chain, from
Ooh,
Albania. Appreciate your
Jesus.
support, Fred. Appreciate you. Man, okay, you get so deep in your stuff. Like, I mean, that was that, and that's another thing. I can never tell if it's a freestyle or if it's something that you've written sometimes.
That
I
dope.
can't. Like, you know what I mean? I can't. And then also you have this ability to, like, you're a storyteller too, with the way that you
Mm-hmm.
do it. You know, I love
Mm-hmm.
the style that you do. That first poem that you did when we first came on, how you're like setting the scene or the stage
Mm-hmm.
of the, you know what I mean? Like I'm
That's what I
visiting
want to
what you're
do.
saying, right? And then you start into your poem after that. Like I love how you I do. I always admired how you know are comfortable in your skin and in your style, and you just don't sway from it. You confident in it and you go with it. And I love it. I'm telling you, I love it. Give us one more before we ask you how we can follow you. And I believe you got an event coming up in April too that you need to tell everybody
I
about.
do. Hey, little black girl. I see you.
Mm,
Ponytail is
yes.
on fleek. Cherry curl on fleek. But your language is pretty hood, sis. Dear black girl. I see you, sis. I see you popping, lip locking, hip swaying, beat knocking, because we got the rhythm. Like it or not, black girls rock. We are the hashtag, May tag, cover girl of it all. Maybe it's just lust or maybe it's just love. I don't care, but I got hella melon. I'm living. I'm loving. Hey, black girl, we dope. Afro puff. I'm
Mm,
swaying. Love hating. Dear black girl, I see you. Chin up, sis. Dear black girl. I know it's hard. I know right now we are dealing with a lot, but guess what? Our backbone don't crack, it don't break, sis, because we were made for this. Tell you, send me out to the pack and I will come back leading it, sis. Dear black girl.
mm,
I don't tell you this enough, but I love you. I see you. I see you jumping from bus to bus with 4 and 5 kids because the daddy's not there. I see you, sis. I see you working 4 or 5 jobs just to pay a light bill and you still can't make the rent. I see you, sis. Dead black girl, when they want to cut off your food stamps and you still make a Thanksgiving meal out of nothing in your cabinet. I see you, sis. Dear black girl, you are not forgotten. Maybe I should tell you I love you more often so you can go ahead and get this popping. Sis, we got too much to
mm.
live for. We are running this nation. Beyonce wasn't lying when she said girls run the world. Black sis, I can't do this without you, sis. I know I have put you down constantly, but please rise up, sis, because we got a whole war we need to fight. Our men are in jail, they're dead, they're in trouble, our children are out of control. Sis, we need help. Who gonna do it like us? You know, we the only ones that can beat our kids and still love them at the same time, and they still want to come back to us because we popping like that, sis. Dead black girl. Here go your flowers, stand up. Here go your award, stand up. Here go your red carpet. Anything they are denying to you, you got that, sis. Now I need all my other sisters to get on board so we can go ahead and run this mission. Because Black Girl Magic is not just a hashtag; it's a whole movement and a mission. In peace.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So talk to us about this event you got coming up next month. Mm,
Oh, April the 23rd. It's called An Evening with the Poet. And my bro is my
mm,
special guest with the whole Spitfire family. Y'all are my special
yes.
guest. So you know we're going to turn all the way out.
Yes. I
All the
can't
way. It's
wait.
out,
Yeah.
it's in Sizzle. Please get there at 4:30. We're gonna do a little. We're gonna have happy hour. We might even do a little trivia or something before the mic start at 5. We're gonna have a good time. This will start off. Matter of fact, next Saturday starts off Poetry Month. So I
Right.
think that's the
April. Yeah.
last weekend. So I think that weekend is the last weekend of April. I think that we're doing. So we're gonna turn out for April for Poetry Month. So everybody is welcome. It is an open mic, meaning you can come and sign the mic, but please get there early so everybody can be able to bless the mic. I want everybody to share their piece and be happy and just be free and full of poetry and giving. But like I said, it's going to be an awesome, awesome, awesome event. Miss Karen is going to be there with the rest of the crew. Like I said, the Spitfire family is going to be there, so come through. Even if you don't want to jump on the mic, just come and get some love and some inspiration. You never know, you might want to get up and jump on the mic just from hearing somebody else. Or you might be going through something. Somebody got the right poem to make you feel a whole lot better for your week. So come out and fellowship with us and love up on us and all that good stuff. But that will be on April the 23rd.
I
And I
love it.
can't wait.
Keyword fellowship with us. You know this is a ministry. Me and you've talked
Mm,
to you know this. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm,
and to see how you can change a person's attitude, their
mm-hmm,
mood, the way they may
mm-hmm.
be thinking that day is absolutely incredible to me.
It is.
Um,
It is.
Lady J, wants you come on her show Monday night?
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course. Tell her, give me the
you got
details. Tell her, drop the
absolutely. We definitely
details.
gonna get
I'm
that.
there. I am there. Say less.
Definitely
I'm
got
out for spring
definitely got to
break.
get that too.
I'm out for spring break. Oh, and I want to let everybody know I will be posting this soon. I am now a part of the murder mystery crew, meaning we do like little, they not really like plays, but they like little different scenarios of murder and you got to solve the murder. It's like Clue Life, something like that, but it's really, really awesome. And I'm a billionaire's wife, but I'm cheating on them and all that good stuff. That's one of my characters. The second one of my characters is so funny. When they gave me this character first, Jessica, she's a detective, but she's a writer and she writes mysteries. So when I had looked at the director, he said, "You're a writer." I said, "How you know that? You don't know nothing about it." He said, "I can just see the way you write. You are a writer. When you signed
Mhm,
your name on that paper, I said she's my writer." So I'm like, okay.
mhm.
So they are my two characters. So I don't know. One day I might be cheating on my husband when you come and see me. The next one I just might be starting a whole bunch of stuff just to write a book. I don't know. But I would definitely give y'all details so y'all can come up.
Yes, please share information with us as you get closer to that and as you're
I
able to
definitely
share more. I
will.
know sometimes we don't want to put it all out there, you know
Out
what I
there,
mean?
not yet.
Um, but I am so looking forward to this event, April 23rd. Actually,
Me
my
too.
birthday is the 25th, so we definitely going to get
Oh,
it and
we
have a good
partying.
time.
Oh, we are
Yeah,
going
I,
to
I can't wait.
party.
Shout out to the original Spitfire crew. I love y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. It's so many of y'all. If I start naming names, I don't want to miss nobody. So please
Exactly.
just blame it on my mind and not my heart. But y'all know I love y'all. Everybody's so spread out now in different places in the world and things of that nature. And I love that we're still able to at least communicate on this
Mm-hmm.
social media thing. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Oh, I need my shirt too,
Y'all mean
bro.
I
My
got you, babe.
Spitfire
Definitely. On
shirt.
the 23rd. I got you. I just put in an order for Spitfire and for Unusual Favor shirts. So I definitely got you. Um, but I love you, sis. I appreciate
Love
you
you
for
more,
all that you
bro.
do. You know what I mean? You are amazing. You are one of the most inspiring poets that I know, definitely. I must admit. You definitely I love Black Chakra. I'm a great
Yes,
fan of his,
indeedy. Oh,
but
everybody should be.
um
If you're not, you
I
should
love
be.
yeah, I am. He's a good guy, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I love how you deliver your poetry. I love your confidence. I love everything about how you do it. I do. I'm telling you, you are talented. You are
I
so
try.
needed. I think that the children need you because you got so much wisdom and so much that you can share. You know what I mean? So anytime
Definitely.
you're doing anything, any events, anything you need, you know I'm there. Just hit me up.
And you know, vice
You know what I mean?
versa. You know how we do.
Yeah,
You know
it's
how
not
we
a problem.
do.
Not a problem. Y'all stay tuned for Brother Chad show coming up next. Polis, tell everybody how they can follow you and keep up with you, sis.
Go to on Facebook and Instagram, Poetless Shakespeare, all social media. Hit me up. Don't be afraid to say hello. Come drop a ball. I'll drop one back. Keep it friendly, but yeah. Stay connected.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate you, sis. Everybody out there, we looking forward to next month on we got Poetry Month next month. I got to get you back on probably by the end of next month anyway. I'm gonna get you and the rest of some of the other sisters back on again. And I thank you so much for giving. Thank you for helping giving us the best drop on a introduction on my show. I love to watch the introduction. Every time I look at it, I laugh. I love it, sis. I appreciate you, man. You are awesome. I love you.
No problem.
Please be safe out here. All right.
You too, bro.
Guys, if you want to be blessed, you must bless somebody else. All right.
Exactly.
Sis, I see you April 23rd. Where we at again?
Yes. The Sizzle. I think that's our asking, but I put the flyer back up with but I know it's at the Sizzle.
At the Sizzle, absolutely. Yep. Sis, be safe out here. You want to be blessed, y'all? Bless somebody else. All right, sis, love you. I'll see you soon.
Love you too. Bye.
All right.
Just wanted to let you know that the host of this show appreciates the time that you've spent with them. Now, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel so you can keep up with everything that we're doing. And most of all, thank you for tuning in to What Up Baltimore online radio, where the people have the power.